some of the crazy geometry right here. So you can see the seams in this rock and how nice they are and how they form geometric lines. What's really wild is if you cast across these, you're going to see this repeats over and over and over. And to a dramatic example right here. Hello everyone, so Tara and I are back here out on the CX01 treasure site, and I've run the line off what the those monuments we showed you in a previous video, the dog's head and the turtle and stuff, and they actually shoot us right up here, actually to this outcrop you see behind the tree here. And it's kind of a linear feature. Get you a quick look here. It's kind of a linear feature, almost kind of serpent-like from that perspective down below us, and that kind of leads us up here to this pathway. And I just happened to notice, oh, I guess I should show us. So I hate to walk by and do the amateur thing, but one take is all we do. So we have our almost like a snake or serpent form, and then if you look over here, you can actually see a shape that looks like a heart. So we're going to continue up through the lobes. The reason I turned this on is because I found something pretty unusual. It doesn't look unusual to people who haven't been here, but this entire knoll here, this whole landform, it doesn't look like it should be here. So the reason I say that is it's comprised of a gravelly layer. That layer doesn't exist at this elevation anywhere in the canyon here. It does exist, however, about 60 to 80 feet below us in the layers. And then as well, we see remnants of, and still some leaking out at the bottom, of blue clay. Again, something else that probably shouldn't be at this elevation or location. And it just so happens that our campsite's right here, and our monuments lead us, like I said, just up this draw and here and then around. And they all kind of comprise around this mound. So I'm not saying it is for sure.
We're gonna walk out all the way in.
No, we'll head out. We're gonna go that way, but we'll come back and do some scanning on this. We've got to go quite a distance up the canyon here to get to what we want to check out today. So we'll come back and we'll mark this on a map, and then we'll come back and scan it when we have better technology with us. Very cool though. And that's some big stuff. Wow. Looks like there's a propped rock up on the edge across from here. Just over there. Boy, that sandstone form is a really strange dome of rock, I'll tell you what. That's wild. Let's see if we can slide down this, but I don't know if it's possible or not. Oh yeah. No problem. Maybe not hold the camera. Man, these are good places for maps. Really good place for maps. You have any camera? You can come on down.
I don't think I can
You can come right
film in.
there. Easy squeezy. Got it.
You gonna film my struggle?
Sure. No struggle. No problem. I might have cut your head off there, though. You see, this is a perfect wall, boy. That patina wall like that for maps. I can't believe nobody took advantage of that.
Even this one.
That, you know, for something hidden. Okay, you got a couple ways off of here. Just step on the, make sure you're on the back of this big rock, not the front, because I don't know if it'll, how stable it is, or if it'll roll out. You'll have to kind of climb down. Doesn't look too bad.
Is it topsy?
Yeah, it looks like it could be, but no, you're good. So we'll just work our way through this. Big rock. Come on. All right. Some very big rocks. I don't know if this does, any of this does this justice or not, but some very big rocks. This looks like fun right here. Can we go down and slide down between these big bad boys? What's down there? That looks pretty crazy. Here, I'll let you hand that down to me. Okay. Okay. Good.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Those are some big rocks. Wow. Is in wow. All right, we got to come back with lights. They could have something going in this hill easy back there. Wow. We're going to come back with lights. There's holes back there that just go to black. I can't tell how deep where they go. Incredible. That could be a monument.
Is this natural?
Yeah, I think so. Instead of going out to the front, we're probably gonna... Oh man, there's some really weird looking blocks right there. Like too weird. Wow, look at that straight slot right across from us there. Isn't that wild? Little pools of water. Man, I've drank from water like that 1 billion times. Let's go up through this gap. So I'm gonna go up and take a look at this big sandstone dome that's up here, because geologically this stuff should all be flat, and that's not. So that's an oddity. Come on, dear.
On the way.
Copy that. So this is a very strange dome of sandstone. You don't see it anywhere else. Really wild. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it's an ancient pore. But I'm sure it's not. Okay, well, these are the kind of surfaces we'd expect to see glyphs or maps. So I'll do a quick walk around and see what we can find, and see if we can spot anything up here. So further inspection of the sandstone dome that I showed you that we were sitting on revealed something really, really cool. And a lot of people might even say this is man-made, and who knows, but it certainly is reminiscent of what they call polygonal construction, where you see odd shapes fit together seamlessly. I'm going to show you some of the crazy geometry right here. So you can see the seams in this rock and how nice they are and how they form geometric lines. What's really wild is if you cast across these, you're going to see this repeats over and over and over. And to a dramatic example right here, just really crazy. Now, this looks identical to what they call polygonal masonry that they connect to a lot of the ancient sites. And I just want to show that either this is one of those sites, or it's potential that there's a natural origin either for the material or for the method. So they could have adopted the method when they saw materials like this, or material could be coming apart based on fracture lines like this, and then at one time or another they just put it back together. So if you think about it, kind of like and I saw some up top here where we had a layer of the hard red material that had broken in polygonal form like this, and then the pieces had all separated. And you could technically take all those pieces and just put them back together like a jigsaw puzzle, and if you put them together standing up, you'd have a polygonal wall. So I went ahead and started a detector survey around the dome area here, and this place in this side is good for, actually there's enough room for a camp spot here. So and I took note that these are very old cedar trees. I mean, one with a base like this would be hundreds of years old, up to like 600 or 800 years, and then ones that look like this could be 800 to 1,000 years old. And that one has a branch cut on it, one branch cut on it with an axe. You can see deep axe cuts here. We have cut, and these are super old. There's little traces of lichen on them, but no less than the rest of the tree. So it's, I mean, hundreds of years. And that's a heck of a cut right there. That cut was done with something, an axe. It was very, 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 very sharp. You see, this is still a good 150, 200-year-old cedar or juniper, and they, like I said, this is the type of a cedar. So anyway, and they, but there's no cut in that because it was done that long ago. You see, there is some chopped on a little bit in the center.
We'll make the whole world hear us. So throw your hands up high. We're about to show you why they fear us. Here comes the battle cry. Here comes the battle cry. It's about to get crazy.
See, this detector has been around a while. It's been rebuilt and had my own paint jobs on it for the settings and whatnot, and the buttons and the dials have been changed and stuff, but you get to know them after a while, so I can just turn up and down in here and tell what metal's what based on my switch configuration in this dial. Go dig this up real quick and see what it is. I'm sure by the sound of it, it's another nail. I guess we'll find out. See, they're already out, whatever it is. Nope. No. Okay. Trying not to have to take all my rings and stuff off. Let's see if we can figure out what this is. Well, it's not a nail. I just don't have it yet. Okay. Well, we know we got it in our hand. Okay, it's definitely not a standard nail, but it seems to be made out of similar metal. I would guess. Let's see. I think it's it right there. That's got to be it. So it is a nail, but this is super old. This is nothing like what we just were pulling over there. This is a square nail. It's a square like a boot nail. Beautiful piece. Now this will go period. This is old, really old. Got something else very small in there. Aha. Now, this is something familiar to the other site. Because we're quite a ways away from there now. About a half mile. And here's another chip of iron. The old stuff. So with a boot nail, right with it for some reason, then we have, or what looks to be a boot nail, a little chip of iron. So that's a good sign. And I mean, they were both laying together, which is real odd. I mean, it's potential. There's actually a pretty high potential that all this iron chips and stuff like that came out of a pouch. And as they moved through here and did their work, they dropped pieces of those chips. And so they would keep everything that was iron because it always went back to the foundry or smorge. Or forge, I'm sorry, smelter. And forge, put it together, you get smorge. So, like I said, so all the iron chips, fragments, and everything else would return back to the furnaces eventually to be melted back down into tools. There was nowhere to get iron unless you mined raw iron oxide and went through the whole process. So every piece was retained. So if they lost a boot nail and they found it, or if they found one, it would go in a pouch and eventually make it back. So I'm going to put this over here for packaging and collection. And we'll continue on and see what else is over here. Tara had something interesting. Let's go take a quick gander since I got this area pretty well knocked out. Oh, she's still over here or not. Oh, better just turn this thing on anyway. What do you got, baby? Wow, that's a propped rock.
Yeah, this whole thing, if you walk around, those two are like...
Well, that's certainly what that is.
And there's a couple triangles in it.
Yeah, that's what we want to find right there, and that's a compression set. So, you know, like pretty subtle, but the long Spanish style, and then another iron chip.
Really?
Yep, identical to the other ones. All the way over here for no reason. Wow, that's a tad precarious. Yeah, it looks like a big stack of rocks, doesn't it? Get up in here a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of word warbles. Wow. I mean, the overall stack, it happens in nature, but the prop stone doesn't. It's pretty odd. Even odder. So the site's gonna have to get hit, it looks like. That's something. Okay. This is below a pack rat's deal, so could be anything. Sounds like more than one.
If you look at that, this rock from up here, it looks like a dog. This one.
This one here?
Yeah.
From up there?
Yeah.
I'll have to, well, not from up there. I'll have to go up there and take a look. Let's see what we've got here in the ground. Let's see if I can see it. I don't think it's that. No way. All right, so it's two pieces. I don't know what that is, actually. Actually, you know, that could be just really old oxidized cast iron. That could be, let's see that. Wow, really old. Okay, this apparently sure looks like, sounds like, and hits on the detector like, I'm sorry, I don't even know if you can see that. So this sure looks like, sounds like, and hits on the detector like an ancient cast iron. This is really cool. There's only two pieces. There's not a natural belt of it or anything. And that's really weird. Like this would be a first stage if you were taking iron oxide and smelting it. This would be a first stage before you got to produce your iron and then add your other stuff into steel. So it's kind of a unique rise on the other side in the bend of the river here that, like Tara was saying, could potentially be a camp area. And what's unique about it, I guess, is there's a ramp, like 7 to 1, going down off that cliff there. And you can actually see it's a path of travel, ramp down, but man, it's nothing ancient. It's not even like a wagon road. It's more like a burro trail. But from this perspective, we've got a few of these holes up on top, and a lot of treasure hunters and stuff, and especially overseas, regard each one of these being a cache location, and where the water pours off would be what you'd follow. And in this situation, you kind of see there's a rock set below me that looks just like a head. And if we were to use that, we would want to look right over where the head's looking. And if we do, I don't want to drop my detector off this giant boulder here. If we do, we can see in the distance right over here. I'll try to zoom into that. And there's another rock over there that looks almost like a dragon in flight, but it's something very pointy, another head type feature. Could be a road runner looking down. And when we follow that line down, they actually end up at our dig location where our suspected cache is, which is just all a little too interesting. So now I'm going to continue on this and go ahead and run more detector scans, but this is obviously a monumented knoll. There's positioned rock all the way around it, so super cool. It might appear to you that these rocks, after hundreds of million years and when the erosion takes place, that everything would be seated really, really well, and a lot of people take it for granted that they are, but as you can see at my feet, well, they're certainly not. something. What that was sitting on, so that's so old that the rock is worn away, left it behind. So that's old. Flat, got a beautifully flat ceiling. Ow!
Careful.
The rock broke. I got stuck.
Jeez. Get out of there. Did that land on you?
Huh?
Did that land
It was under my ass and it broke.
Okay.
I get kind of caught in there a little bit. Just a tad. Old mud ripple, that's cool. Check this and right back there.
Okay. No marks?
No, but there's some pretty crazy holes. If they're cut or not. They see look like cut, like ladder steps, but they don't go anywhere. Go back down now. See, this cedar, this is a 1,000-year-old cedar. So we got this really huge boulder set, and I was detecting around underneath it and noticed that things are not always as they appear. So It's like an apartment under here. And you got a little hole that goes to another one just like it on the other side. So this whole rock is basically sitting on just a little thin pedestal. It makes kind of a hidden little dwelling. And Tara noticed this really cool stack over here that I gotta say, it does look like it shouldn't be here. And we got our big dragon's head. It looks a lot like a mythical dragon's head. And you can go under that boulder. That's the crazy thing. It doesn't even look like it should be here. And then, yeah, we've got this massive stack. I better run my detector while we're taking a peek at this. Everything here has like a little apartment buildings underneath it. So little dwellings. All these boulders aren't just boulders. Actually, this is some form of an ancient camp. And all these boulder sets actually make little houses or protected shelters. But I mean, this country even now, we get hail that's 3 inches in diameter will kill horses. So see, every single one's the same. They're all undercut, which is just really crazy. I'm gonna have to come back and run a proper detector survey of this whole thing. Wow, even this is tall underneath. Generally don't see that many of those features all together like that. So, but I guess that's, we're probably going to call it a day and go ahead and wrap up and head back to the car for the day and see what we can do. So anyway, take it easy.